gentle word of warning for you all today. You will have to be very careful of the sun. Not only is the sun very, very hot at the moment, it's probably very close to 40 degrees today. But where we will be in the beach club, there is always a strong breeze off the sea, and which gives a cooling effect, and it will also burn you in minutes. So please take care and make sure you roll out the factor 50 before you do anything. And please remember to drink plenty of water. It'd be very tempting to go back into the champagne straight away, but this is daytime. Please remember to drink some water in with the alcohol. Clearly see the cathedral on the right hand side. The cathedral is essentially the centre of what we call the old town of Palma, or the old part of Palma. And for those of you who fancy an evening exploring, it's a really interesting evening out. There's some fascinating bars and little restaurants which you'll find in there, which are absolutely brilliant. Tiny little streets and alleyways where you can't get cars, because they were designed for horses and donkeys in the day. There's no artificial illumination in the cathedral. The light comes from one window at the far end, which is made up of of 748 pieces of rose-coloured glass. As if sun comes round during the day, it completely shines through the window and lights the whole church in this reddish glow from this massive stained glass window. So you all know, the maitre d' in the hotel recorded yesterday as the hottest day of the year in Palma. So forgive any of you for slightly perspiring armpits and things yesterday. Which was a terrible one. Is out at Puro Beach Club, and I say out at Puro Beach Club, which means it's at the other end of Palma Bay, at the beginning of the Playa de Palma. Our driver today is called Vicente. Say Vicente. Hola Vicente. And he's very kindly agreed to take us on the scenic route instead of going on the motorway. So this is the little resort of Cala Mayor we're going through. And we've just been through the resort of Bendinat. So you're seeing a little bit more of the island than you would normally see. Eventually we're going to go along the historic promenade, which is called Paseo Marítimo, which takes us around the port area of Palma and ends just by Palma Cathedral. For those of you who don't know Palma very well, the cathedral is an absolutely beautiful building and is some 750 years old. Which is where we are now. To the south of Mallorca is the island of Ibiza and another little island called Formentera, and just between Mallorca and Ibiza is a little tiny island with nobody on it. It's an old military island called Cabrera. Those are the 5 Balearic Islands. We're just going down into Palma now towards the port. On the right hand side here, in the trees, you can't see very well these days, is a royal palace. And this this is where, well, a number of years ago, 30, 40 years ago, the king then was King Juan Carlos, and he used to come here on holiday every single year to an absolutely beautiful palace that they've got up in the woods here on the right. And he always used to know when he was here, because not only were the flags flying, but there were dozens of policemen all over the pavements here on the right hand side by these traffic lights. And down in the dock, which we'll go past in a minute, you can always see the King's big power boat, because he was a very, very famous for his power boating at the time. Spain still has a king. I believe King Juan Carlos' son is now on the throne, and I'm very sorry, but his name has slipped my mind. Perhaps one of you might Google it for me and let me know. Anyway, as you can see on the right hand side, Palma is also quite a famous cruise destination, and we have the massive Wonder of the Seas in dock at the moment. And this is the dock on the right hand side where the King's yacht used to live, and the palace is literally in those beautiful trees and that forest over there. There you go. Oh, there we go. The King currently is Felipe VI, and he is the son of King Juan Carlos. Is that right with them two? See, there's Carlos. Yeah. Felipe VI is the current king. A very long established monarchy.